Welcome to another edition of Coffee with the Goose, where we talk about things that you remember, right? Things that are interesting, fascinating, and irritating. We try and hit all those points, and got a lot of great stuff to talk about today. I am the Goose. Glad to have you back. Let's start the way we always do, with our medicine. Got to have that caffeine, right? At least I do. My coffee, as you know, very strong, just like my opinion. Got some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. All right, now we're set. What's the latest with Manny Pacquiao? I think we're all waiting at the edge of our seats. Who's he going to fight next? It's going to happen in the spring. But another surprise in the Manny Pacquiao story. This guy's amazing. He just announced that he has earned a bachelor's degree. It's amazing. First of all, as a boxer and a title holder, that's not what you expect. I think many of us assume, well, you're a boxer, that's all you can do is fight, or many athletes for that matter. But no, he did it. He earned a bachelor's degree at the age of 40. And it's, in his words, he said, it's never too late to live your dream. Rock and roll. Go for it. You're not too old. You can do it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. So anyhow, Pacquiao got a bachelor's degree at the University of Makati in the Philippines for political science and local government administration. And rightly so, because he is now and has been for a couple of years, a politician. He is a senator in the Philippines. So what a great story. You know, he has overcome so much in his life, as you know. Kid Kalufa, is that the name of the movie? I watched this a few months ago, telling the story of Pacquiao as a young man and what he went through. He grew up in Mindanao. And again, 40 years ago, life was a little different in Mindanao. The Abu Sayyaf was ripping up territory all over the place and fighting the government, and at least one of the battles took place in Pacquiao's yard, and he had to duck for cover and hide as government forces and the Abu Sayyaf was trading gunfire. So he's been through it all. And then, you know, he wasn't just poor, as many boxers are and were as a child. He was poorer than poor. You know, he had to, as his dad left, he collected bottles and sold things on the street to raise money to help feed the family. So, you know, he's been through a lot. And now we get this great news, and of course then he became a championship boxer and, you know, a legend, one of the greatest ever. Now we learn he's earned a bachelor's degree at the age of 40. And now, for those of you who have a degree, you know it's not easy. I don't have one. I'm still in the process of getting mine, but that's another story. I've learned as I went to college, and I'm going through this process. I learned two lessons. I'm a genius and I'm an idiot all at the same time. You learn what you're reminded what your strengths are and your weaknesses are, and you just have to keep plugging away until you reach the goal, and the goal is that degree. But, you know, first I was surprised to learn, again, there are other boxers who have degrees. I was shocked. And some of the names just surprised me, and it was a pleasant surprise. The Klitschko brothers, heavyweight title holders, both have degrees. Juan Diaz, and guess who else? Juan Manuel Marquez has a college degree. Yeah, smart guy. And his is in, what is it? Bear with me. Economics, I believe. I can't remember which one. But anyway, he's got the degree. That's very impressive. You know, not just that you're a warrior, but you're, you know, you have something in the noggin. You're a smart guy and you're committed to, educating yourself. And this is proof once again for those Pacquiao haters, and there's always going to be that group, that, oh, well, he's not very smart. You know, first of all, he didn't have a degree. Come on. He's just some Yahoo from out in the sticks in Mindanao. What does he know? Well, first of all, he knows at least 3 languages. I know that. He speaks English. And he only learned English after he became a championship boxer. So good for him. Speaks Tagalog, the national language of the Philippines, and he speaks Visaya, which is the common language in the central islands, Cebu, where my wife is from. Accounting, thank you, Jude. Accounting, that's so. And Marquez has plenty of money, so he knows what to do with it, right? Juan Manuel Marquez. But for those of you who think Pacquiao's not smart, he knows 3 languages: English, Tagalog, and Visaya. And you can't take anything away from this guy. And even if you think, well, he's a multimillionaire, and by the way, his net worth is $190 million, not pesos, dollars. He's got a lot of money, and he does wonderful things with that money. I'll remind you of that in a minute. But for those of you who think, well, he's got a lot of money, he pretty much paid the right people, greased the palms, and kind of bought that degree. Well, I have a challenge for you. Go on YouTube and just type in Pacquiao and Oxford. Yeah, Oxford in Great Britain. You will see Manny Pacquiao deliver a speech at Oxford University that's brilliant in English, and it doesn't really mention boxing at all. I mean, this guy is very, very intelligent. He's well-spoken, been around the world, as you know, but, he's committed to not just boxing, not just his education, but to his family and to God. That's why, we really look up to Pacquiao. And another thing, with all that money, he's committed to helping the poor, helping those less fortunate than him, because he's been there. He's walked that walk. He knows what it's about, and it's only right that he pays back. Pay it forward. Is that the phrase? Yeah. Help those people out. You got everything you need, and that's not just for him. That's for all of us. It only takes a little bit to make somebody's day. Again, he's a senator. He's worth $190 million. And for those of you who are not familiar with Manny Pacquiao, quick reminder, he's one of the greatest boxers ever. And don't call me a pactard, because, go ahead, call me that. I don't care. I'm a fan. He's the only 8-division world title holder in boxing history. Nobody comes close. And he, for those of you who say, well, that's, the lineal championships, he's not the greatest ever. Oh, yeah, he is. He has 5 lineal titles. Nobody has ever done that. So he's truly one of the greatest. So what's next? Pacquiao, impressing us again, earning that bachelor's degree. What's he going to do now? Well, he is the WBA world welterweight title holder at the age of 40. I don't think that's ever been done, at least not in welterweight. Of course, George Foreman did it at, what was he, 45? But that's George Foreman, heavyweight. We're wondering who is next for Manny Pacquiao. He's already said that he will fight again in March or April. And he's narrowed his list of potential opponents to 3. That would be Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, and I think Sean Porter. Who would you like to see him fight? Of course, we want to see him fight Errol Spence Jr. and further unify that title, but we're still not really sure what the future holds for Errol Spence Jr. He, finally came out of the woods and did an interview 2.5 months after that horrible car crash. He said it's Pandasol. He said he's going to fight again in May or June, but I still have doubts. When somebody goes through the type of experience Errol Spence Jr. went through, getting hit in the head a few hundred times in one night, I don't think that's in the cards. I wish him well, and I and many of you prayed for his recovery after his crash, but I don't think boxing, or at least championship boxing, is on his list of things to do. We'll see. But so, with that schedule, even if he does box May or June, that doesn't jive with Pacquiao's schedule. So that dream match we've been hoping for, probably not going to happen. So it's either going to be Danny Garcia, I'd love to see that fight, although Danny is showing a little nervousness about that, and he should. It might be Mikey Garcia. Nobody wants to see that. Mikey is not anywhere near in the league that Manny Pacquiao is in. Sean Porter, that would be a great fight. I love Sean Porter. Lovable, sociable, smiling guy, just like Pacquiao, out of the ring. In the ring, monster. Tasmanian devil. Never lets up. That wouldn't just be, let's put on a dance like, Floyd Mayweather. These guys would actually duke it out, and it wouldn't go the distance, I guarantee you. So that would be a great show, Pacquiao and Sean Porter. And of course, many of us thought Porter defeated Errol Spence Jr. Last year. So Porter's the real deal. Unfortunately, it's not going to be Terrence Crawford. Crawford, undefeated, and he is the WBO World Welterweight title holder. But, boxing's a business, and he is not in the PBC group. He is with Top Rank and Bob Arum, who Pacquiao used to fight for. So, Terrence Crawford is his cash cow, and he's probably not going to step over into enemy territory and take on Pacquiao or Errol Spence Jr. or anybody else in the PBC crowd. So that's probably not going to happen. But we'll see. Pacquiao, again, not just a great champion, not just a servant of the Lord, not just a great family man, but he's also a college degree holder, earned a bachelor's degree in political science and local government administration. So good for you, Senator Manny Pacquiao. We'll see him, as he said, again in, let's see, it would be March or April. And we expect, it's now the new year, so we expect to get that announcement fairly soon. They usually do it about 2 months ahead of time. So I don't know about you, but I'm hoping it'll be either Danny Garcia or Sean Porter. Either way, it'll be a great show, because Pacquiao always puts on a great show. So we're all looking forward to that. So anyhow, who do you want to see him fight? And what are your opinions about him and his education and another notch in his belt? Let me know. I'd love to get your comments, and let me know what you think about the show and any changes you might want to see, or if you just disagree with me, I'd love to see your opinion. So let me know. That's it for this edition of Coffee with a Goose. Thank you so much for watching again. We have many more shows to come. Our next show, I think we'll talk about the upcoming announcement, the Boxer of the Decade and Boxer of the Year. Great subject, so stick with me for that. And many thanks to you folks who subscribe. All right, that's it for the show. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care.